Hello, I'm David D. Cosmo, and this is People, Places, and Things. We've been traveling throughout the area to introduce you to the individuals, the institutions, the events, the entertainment that make our area unique. And you know, one of those events that's becoming more and more popular is the Run or Walk for Charity. You can find one almost every week. We're going to talk about one specific one on this program, but of course there are others you'll be able to find. Bob Long has been involved in walking and running for, I guess, quite some time now, and lately it's become very personal for him. But let's go back to the beginning, if we can, Bob,
Sure.
and tell me how you got involved in, I guess we'll call it the sport.
My wife and I have been runners for about 45 years now. All right, and we did a lot of charities, runs, and we travel out to the West Coast at least 4 times a year, and did a lot of runs out there.
Just looked for particular runs or particular charities?
Charities, mostly cancer. All right. In fact, when my wife was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, we did the run in Scranton, where she had the cancer, and she did the run, which was was very good. But I felt that this cancer is so prevalent throughout the Luzerne County, not only in Luzerne, all over, that I wanted to see what we can do to help fight this deadly disease. So,
And of course you did lose your wife to that cancer.
it'll be 2 years in August.
Certainly a hard thing, and I guess in a sense ironic in terms of here you were both dedicating to your lives to fighting it by virtue of the various runs that you participated
That's
in.
true. That's exactly true. And we always wanted to help in some ways, and we donated our time and money to help fight this disease. Now that my wife has it, and we just recently found out now my oldest daughter has cancer. So it's very important that we let people know that I'm sure there's so much cancer out there in different stages that we're trying to get the people to where pancreatic cancer doesn't get that much refund or funding from the state. Okay, so in a small way, I feel that recognizing this deadly disease and the fact that keeping my wife's memory alive helps me greatly. All right.
Hence the Carol Long Memorial Run,
yeah.
which, by the way, is held each and every July. And tell us, give us, those who are reviewing, a sense of where we are and what type of run it is.
Well, it's a 5K run walk. 5K meaning it's 3.1 miles. It starts here at New Street, and it goes down to Simpson, and it rolls all the way through Swarsville. All right. So there's a lot of volunteers that are involved, the community, and we have a tremendous. Last year we had, for the first time, we raised over $1,000, and we're hoping this year to raise more. So by bringing it out, we're hoping that more people will come out and help us.
You had a book that I believe you said your granddaughter put together.
Kelly.
This, of course, commemorates the first year. What a beautiful cover here.
Thank you, yes.
The Carol Long Memorial 5K Run and Walk. And the start and finish line, of course, just really about 30 feet away from where we're standing right now, Bob, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tremendous achievement my granddaughter put together for me, and it kind of broke me up when I got to the last page.
You talk about putting the book together. How about putting the run and walk together? What's involved in something like that?
Well, it's a lot of work. You have to first get permission from the borough, which I did. And I got the police involved, volunteer firemen. We have a local man here who's a volunteer police auxiliary. He gets his people involved. We have the ambulance, fire department, and then we have the church festival, which we're going to use when the race is finished.
Now, what festival is this?
This is the Seton, St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Festival. Okay, in years past they used to call it Bazaar. Okay.
So you tie the festival in with the run and walk.
Yeah, exactly. We do. We tie it into the run and the walk, and then we give out prizes. We'll medals for the first, second, and third place winners of the men and women's group. Okay, and then we also give them gift certificates, more or less, where they can turn in and get some food from the festival.
Now, I've got to assume that your run and walk is, in a sense, kind of similar to some other charitable events that are held with regard to runs and walks. Let me ask you a very basic question that some of us really don't understand. Because you give out prizes, how do you make money?
Well, a lot of the money comes from my company, okay? What we do is we got some sponsors involved.
Okay.
Okay, so the sponsors involved are helping defray some of the costs. Okay.
Because it is expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Time-wise, money-wise, yeah. But again, it's for a worthy cause.
And you want the money to go to the charity.
Oh, it definitely goes to the charity. 100% goes to the charity. Last year I wrote the check out and sent it out. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
And I would assume that you also sell shirts.
Yeah, you're right. That we do. We have a when they sign up, it's the registration form is, if you want a T-shirt, it costs $25. Right. If you just want to run a walk, it's $15. And then for people 65 and under, it's like $10. And then kids under 10 are free. So the money that we raise by buying and selling these T-shirts helps also defray the costs.
And again, this will be something that people can count on every single July.
Every July, when the festival is held, that's exactly what we have it. Every July, yes.
You mentioned that a lot of this depends on volunteers.
Yes, a lot of volunteers. We couldn't do it without volunteers. The committee that I formed is basically myself and my daughters and friends got together, and they're helping out a lot. So,
well, Bob, as we've been chatting, there's some young ladies who are looking over a map of the race that are sitting right over here.
Yeah, part of the committee. Yeah.
Well, I think we ought to go and ask them a little bit about the Carol Long Memorial Run and Walk.
Right.
Young ladies, hello.
Hello.
So nice to see you. Everybody set for the annual Run and Walk?
We are. We're all ready for it, getting excited. We can't wait. It's a good time. Everybody should come out, whether you like to run or walk. It's a good way to support a good cause, and all of the money stays in the local area.
Probably ought to know your name.
Well, I'm Kristen. I'm Carol Long's daughter, youngest of 3.
So obviously this is a really important thing to you. What did you think when your dad came up with this idea, or was this a kind of a cooperative thing?
No, actually, my dad came up with the idea himself, and we all thought it was a great idea because for years they've been running and walking, and they themselves have been doing races to support local causes as well. So we all thought it was a great idea. Mm-hmm.
And to your left we have?
My name is Tina Romanowski.
And Tina, I am reliably informed that you did pretty well in the inaugural year of the Run and Walk.
I did. I was one of the top 3 female finishers, and I received a medal and tickets for the bazaar for later on in the evening. So, yeah.
And what position do you fill on the committee? Are you actually a volunteer as well?
I'm a runner. I'm a friend. I'm a friend of the family, and I support by running. And this year my husband will be running along with my daughter.
One of the things that I've noticed, and we're here today specifically to talk about the annual Carol Long Memorial 5K, but there are runs and walks all the time, and there doesn't seem to be any shortage of participants. What is it that's drawing everybody?
It's a great cause to help with cancer research, so other people maybe don't have to go through the suffering, and maybe there can be a cure. And people just love to run for a great cause.
So you get some exercise, and yet you feel like you're accomplishing something as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and to your left we have
Jeannie Jake.
And Jeannie, how are you involved?
I am the registration coordinator and a family friend of the Longs. I've known them for years, and I was very close with Mrs. Long, and this is very dear to me. I also lost a father to cancer, so I'm really out here to help and hoping that everyone else will come out and donate their time.
Now, I think it's fairly safe to assume that some of our listeners have been involved in activities like this in the past. There are also some that have never done it and are probably saying, oh boy, I'd like to support that cause. I'd like to go and run. What does it take? What do they have to do to get ready? What do they have to do to register?
Well, to register, if you're on Facebook, you could register on Facebook. There's a form that you can actually print out. And also, if you need any information, we could give you our information, and we can give you a registration form.
And if they're not a runner,
If they're not a runner, they could walk, or they could donate their time.
now
and
do a
help
lot of
us.
people walk?
Yes, they do. A lot of people do walk. And
And they don't have to really, they really don't have to complete the whole course if they
no,
don't.
they don't have to. No, they could even just donate their time, come out and help, or give a donation to the Pancreatic Cancer Foundation.
I guess that's the big thing, is that you accomplish so many things with one effort. That is helping a charity, whether it be this one or one of the other many that are out there. And you do, and I guess, have you run in others as well as this one?
Yes, I've run another race.
Okay, and I guess maybe that goes back to what I asked before then. People seem to want to chip in no matter what the charity is.
Absolutely, yes. And especially if you know the person, you just really want to help the family. And but all races, it's a great cause. So people do want to come out and help.
There seems to be a community of runners, and I'm wondering if the walking aspect is starting to grow.
I believe it is. I believe there are a lot of walkers as well as runners. And you know, for a 5K, it's very doable to walk 3.1 miles.
Sure.
Absolutely. And it's great because they have water and, you know, fruit afterwards. So it's a nice time to fellowship with everyone after the race.
Now, is it all based on timing? That is the fastest, but then there would be different age category? How does that work?
I believe there are different age categories, but I think for this particular race, it's the top 3 female and top 3 male.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the age category is involved with this one.
Okay, so this is something people really ought to be considering. I have to ask Carol's daughter one thing, and I know it's a loaded question and a tough one in a sense, but I'm wondering what your mom would say about this being held in her honor.
Oh, she would be thrilled. She would be eating it right up.
Yeah, Mom would.
She would be very proud.
Well, I think all of you can be very proud that you have this legacy and this determination to help someone else. Because when it comes down to it, that's what this finally is about. It's a memorial to one person, a tribute to her, but it is a chance for life, literally for other people. I guess, Bob, that's really why you did it.
Yeah, that's basically why we did it. Choke up on these things because
Sure, and that's totally understandable. Let's have another look at this book, if we may, and have your wife's picture. This is such again, a tribute to Carol Long. And I have to ask, did she run or did she walk?
no, she's a runner. She was.
Okay. So she will want most of you folks to be running. We want to remind everybody, no matter when you're seeing this is held every July. So suppose somebody can't make it one year, but they want to check on another. Is there a place they can look for information about it?
They can contact me on my website. It's us56mc@gmail.com. And any information they wish, or they can call my office, area code 570-2088-2484, and give them all the information they need to know.
And a Facebook page as well?
Yeah.
They can get information on Facebook? Or?
Well, we do have the Carol Long Memorial Walk Facebook page. You could just go to Carol Long Memorial Walk, run/walk.
Yeah.
It's an event page that we have that's set up, and you could get all the information on that as well.
And you could also register that day
Yeah,
of
Yeah,
the,
there's registration
Always the
that
day of the race, you
Yeah,
can
I meant to
register as
mention
well.
that. Day of the race, you can register. Yeah, we also have, I meant to mention, is we're going to have water stations set up too. So when the runners and
Along
walkers
the
come
course.
by along the course, there'll be water there for them to, have a drink.
Okay.
In the hot, with the weather. Hopefully it's rain or shine, it's going to go. Okay.
And, of course, the church festival immediately after the run and walk.
Yeah, the church festival usually starts around noontime, all right? And the race starts promptly at 10 a.m., all right? So in conjunction with the festival, it'll tie in just nice.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the church festival probably starts a few days ahead of time, because I can smell the onions now.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it starts on a Thursday. Yeah, 11th, 12th, and 13th. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday being the last day. Okay.
And with regard to the Carol Long Memorial 5K, all the money goes
Goes to pancreatic cancer, definitely.
research.
Research, yes, sir.
Research support, supporting the local patients that have pancreatic cancer. All of the money goes to the local Pancreatic Action Network, which supports people in this area.
Okay, well, Bob Long and team, thank you so much for telling us about this particular run and walk, and we hope that people will watch for this each and every July. And I think if you see something like this in your own community, even if it isn't this specific one, think about helping out, think about joining in. For now, I'm David D. Cosmo for People, Places, and Things. Until we meet again, I hope all your news is good.